Okay everybody, welcome back. Pro Spartan Gamer here, my FIFA Everton career mode on PS4 and it's FIFA 14. Slight change in this episode, very conscious that FIFA 15 is coming out in about a month's time, so want to wrap on with this series and try and get as much footage out to you before it comes out. So there's going to be a lot more in this one, shorter highlights, transfer news as we are now in the window, and first up it's the FA Cup tie, third round tie at the Britannia, even though it says Forest Park, away to Stoke. So we've got match highlights of this coming. We're dropping on, I think it's 4 other ties in this episode we're going to do, and there will also be the first part of the transfer deals. Now we've not got any money at the moment, so we're going to have to look to probably sell people, and at the moment the only ones that people are in, well, one major person that people are interested in is Fraser Forster, and Barcelona are sniffing round with 90 grand a week, and Marseille also. So maybe that we're looking for another goalie. Anyway, Wanyama is broken in. This is now in the second half and he's pickpocketed him. Victor Wanyama has gone and bagged a berry. Scrappy goal. Stoke defensive error. We've gone and robbed it. Nothing happened in the first half. It's a dog of a game. Sort of game that you expect away at Stoke maybe. But Victor Wanyama, for sheer persistent hard work, has broken this deadlock here by getting in on a defender and driving into the box, 3 around him. He ended up on the ground and in amongst 3 red and white stripes, but he's the one with a killer blow into the far corner. 1-0 Everton. Is that enough to take us to the 4th round? Late on in the game now, and Danny Ings is in one-on-one. This will wrap it up. Danny Ings is... Oh, once again Danny Ings has missed a gilt-edged chance to send us back to Everton in the next round of the FA Cup. Short corner, time is up. Just keep ball now. Blow the whistle, ref. Hang on to it. That's all we've done all half, to be fair. We just passed it around and try and hang on to the ball. We've not really had aspirations of getting a second. Perhaps we should have done. Perhaps it could be costly. Come on, blow it, ref. Back to Forster. Get rid of then, Fraser. Get rid. That's risky. Oh shit, what have I done there? No. Nzogdi's in. Close him out. Ball. You gotta be kidding me. Last kick of the game and it's going to be a replay. And that is bad, bad football from Everton. There it goes. Knew there wasn't long left. We kicked off and played it upfield and the whistle's gone and we have come up. Bossed that game. Really have bossed it. Man of the match goes to Victor Wanyama, does it? 7.9. Danny Ings, not bad, 6.2. Come off the bench for Ross Bartley. We absolutely dominated. Look, 10 shots, 7 on target. Now we'll crack on into the transfers, and we've got a loan deal in place for Christian Atsu, similar to real life, 40 grand a week. We're going to stall on that at the moment. Yannick Balassi is a pre-contract agreement for January, but I'm not sure that we want to commit 22 grand to that at the moment. Mitzi Batistui, people are sniffing around, which is obviously a big concern for me. Top goal scorer this season. We paid a little bit of money for him only at the beginning of the season, but lots of people are sniffing around. We're going to set around 10 million mark for him. And if someone comes in with 10 million, we're thinking about other players we could possibly get. And Eder from Braga is a very similar like-for-like player that we may well go for. See what sort of money he's going to be. But yeah, they're sniffing around Mitzi Batistui, which is not good. Next up is an away trip to the KC Stadium against Hull. There's the starting lineup, the starting protagonist, if you like. Usual suspects, really. No real changes. Jesse Rodriguez, I don't know why he's striker. We'll change that in a minute. That's all a little bit wrong there. Anyway, it's all sorted out and we're into the game. One that we must win, really. Need to keep up the pressure on top 4. Just slipping down there a little bit, and need to get back on the bike, so to speak. Anyway, Bartley taking it nice and easy. Let's start on the front foot, guys. Baines down the left. Oh, El Mohammadi. 26 minutes in. It's Leighton Baines. James McCarthy, he can float him in from here, and he's done it again! The Irishman, James McCarthy, with another benderoo. He scored a few of them. Wish he could do it in real life. He hasn't bagged a real life berry for Everton, but he's bagged a nice floater there. Beautiful finish. Come in, half moon, opened himself up, little floaty doty benderoo. 1-0 Everton on 26 minutes. Great performance this so far. 70 gone then. Everton still leading that 1-0. Got Ross Bartley's in behind. Ross Bartley. Oh, once again we could have tied this game up, and we've missed another gilt-edged chance. And this time it's the youngster Ross Bartley. Good save from Alan McGregor. Corner to follow. 71 minutes. 79 now, and it's Danny Ings on the turn. Good running from Danny Ings. He's done it. He's starting to come good. Danny Ings. Do we need another striker if Mitzi Batastuy goes? Not with Danny Ings on fire, and he's got a crucial goal there. He's rolled off. 79 minutes gone here. He's rolled around. He's taken it. And he's just opened up for himself, and it's another finesse finish. 2 on a plate here today. They ain't coming back from that hole. No way. Deep into injury time here then. Still with the 2 goals. Ball comes in. Good header. It's going to drop. And it's James McCarthy with the easiest of tap-ins to make this a great away day in Humberside. And 3 points coming back, and the most comprehensive performance we've had for a day or two. Lovely ball in from Jesse Rodriguez. Header, I think, from Andres Townsend. And James McCarthy with a goal on a plate. 3-0. Done, dusted, finished. Thank you very much. What a great performance. Didn't see that coming. Thought it'd be a tight one, but that was easy as shedding peas. Very, very nice indeed. More transfer news in a minute, I imagine, before we crack on with the next game. Got a big one against Man City coming up at some point, and also that replay against Stoke in this episode. A brace of spies for James McCarthy. He comes away with an 8.8, but it's Leighton Baines with a 9.3 man of the match performance. Another good showing up top from the growing confident Danny Ings with a 7.9. So yeah, so deal in place, not in place. We're looking at Edar in case the deal goes through for Mitzi Batastuy. We can't do nothing. The other big news is we've been sacked as manager of Belgium, which is not great news. I was enjoying that, but I did sim a couple of friendlies that we lost quite heavily in, so it's probably on the back of that we've been sacked. More bids coming in, this time from Monaco for Mitzi Batastuy. Now they've got a shit full of money, so why are they offering such shit terms? 3.5 mil, 9.5 is the asking price. You've got to pay it if you want Mitzi. And if we can get Ed Air anything around 6 million, we'll be very happy. We've gone for 8.5 because we're thinking there's money to be had with him. And maybe Ed Air. Reading also, well they're not going to get Mitzi Batastuy. He's a better player than going to Reading, surely. Same price though, 8.5 mil, you can have him. Don't want to lose him, but if it means, and there it is, another bid for Fraser Forster. They keep coming in. Fraser Forster's not going to go for much less than 8 either. So 8.5 for him as well. That will give us 17 million if those two sell, and we will look at goalies, a centre forward, at least one, maybe one on loan. And there's one of our youngsters going out on loan to Millwall. That's no problem. Ben McLaughlin, you can go. Fill your boots, son. Enjoy it. Let's get some aggro down at the Den. I don't know. FA Cup replay time. Goodison Park v Stoke. Got to make sure we go through in this. Any aspirations of keeping my job, we need a good run in this FA Cup. It's a game we should have won at the Britannia. We threw it away. Now let's go and win it here. Nice quick start needed. Might be a few people's last games this. Might be a Fraser Forster and a Mitzi Batastuy farewell game. So I want to send them off on a high. And there could be some new boys coming in if those deals go through. It's risky business, but we've got to make sure. And no goals in this until 70 minutes. Morales has got in round the back, floated it in. Mitzi Batastuy. It's fallen for Andres Townsend on a plate. Another simple finish. It was Morales who got in down the right. Great ball over. Mitzi Batastuy so strong in the air. Dished up another fine header. Good save, to be fair. I think that was Jack Butland. And it's Andres Townsend, the summer signing. Good finish on the volley. Could only put it in there really. In 71 minutes, the created wild here. Stoke coming strong. Are they? No, it's all over. We managed to keep him out. And it's a comfortable 1-0 win really. It was comfortable. Might not look at 1-0, but we deserved on the 2 games we've played to go through. Vermaelen was a giant at the back. That was another good chance then. Very unlucky. Hit the post and went all along the line. Mitzi Batistui had near enough a open goal and slotted it in the side netting. And there was the eventual goal scored by Andres Townsend. Very brief highlights, like I said to you. Stoke didn't even manage a shot on target. And Phil Jackie Urker come away with the man of the match. Fraser Forster then, they've agreed 8.5 million and they're paying him 90 grand a week. So I don't think there's any doubt in my mind that he will be going. We're still waiting for bids on Batistui. We'll have to look at other goalies now and see what we're going to do. This is all the deals we've done since we've been looking at it. But there's Fraser Forster. We are looking at this guy, Anthony Marshall, Chucky Boy and Nathan the Dragonborn have both said that he's a very good player. So for 15,000 a week, we're looking at bringing him in on loan, as he won't be the only one. There's the table then, we're in 6th. We've slipped down even though we beat Hull. Only 1 point off the top 4, still where we want to be. And it's a massive match at home against Man City coming up now, before we see some more in-depth transfer deals, I think, and what we're going to do about replacing Fraser Forster and maybe Mitzi Batistui. Stay tuned for that, but first up, highlights of the game against Man City, or brief highlights. There's the squad that we're going in with. Don't know why it's got Leon Osman there. Leon Osman definitely won't be playing. He's announced his retirement. Mitzi Batistui already left when we come to do this one. So Danny Ings is going to have the striking berth. He has gone to Monaco. That deal has been concluded in between us switching from there to there, which is, well, there you are. We've let him go. We're going to hopefully bring in Ed Air. Hopefully we're going to make profit and maybe enough to bring in a right fullback. That's what we're looking at. We would really like to bring in a right fullback. We've looked at Nathaniel Klein previously. We may go back there again. Fraser Forster deal is still not gone through yet, but it's looking likely it probably will. So here we are then. So yeah, this big game live from Goodison Park, where hopefully we can beat the champions in real life, Man City. Highlights to follow. 26 minutes gone. Anyway, Morales in down the right. Got him behind him. Get it in. We've had quite a lot of the ball in the first half. It's fallen. Andres Townsend. Danny Ings. He's done it again. Danny Ings. He's done it again. We've given him the striking berth and he's only gone and bagged the biggest berry of his young, short Everton career. I think that's 3 or 4 goals for him now this season, and that's a crucial slot. And didn't he take it well? He took that very well. He wouldn't have expected that to come to him. Good touch with one foot and good finish past Joe Hart. Go and put some head and shoulders on, son. Your head's nestling in the back of the net, picking the ball out. 1-0 Everton. 27 minutes gone. 31 minutes gone. It's Ings again. Buoyed by the goal. Look at the drive on Danny Ings for 2. Ooh, that's poor. That's more like what we've seen of him in the first 6 months of his contract. Poor finish. Should have pulled it back. But he's still looking lively. 80 minutes gone. Fraser Forster, is this his last game for Everton? He's putting in a good shift if it is. Keeping the Man City stars at bay. David Silva, the corner. 80 minutes gone here. Got to keep this if we want. Great save, big man. Fraser Forster with a crucial save for Everton here. Keeping them at bay. And Vermaelen brings it clear. Fantastic defiance from Everton here. Nearly all over. We've nearly done it. Hold on to your life here. I mean, this is a massive win. We've done it. We've managed to hold on to a crucial 1-0. That is a massive win, and it's that man Danny Ings who's bad the crucial berry in amongst it. We had the lion's share there. Man of the match goes to Kevin Morales, who set the goal up. Impressive, Danny Ings, 7.7. Thanks for the memories, Fraser Forster. We are back up into the top 4 with that. Right where we want to be. A little bit of a gap to third, 4 points, but crucially we're in the top 4, and that's where we got to finish the end of this season too, which, like I said, we're going to hopefully fast track through. We have been told £5 million for Eder. Now that is cheap. Value says he's 10.5. If we can get him for £5 million, that is a £3.5 million profit on Mitzi Batistui. Fraser Forster has gone for £8.5 million to Marseille. The board have given us an extra £7 million to spend, so that's good news. Hopefully we can get the loan deal completed now for Anthony Marshall. We've still got a loan deal in place for Christian Atsu, but we're not desperate for a left winger at the moment, and that might be something we revisit near a deadline date. We will sign Anthony Marshall for 15 grand, so he's coming in. Pacey youngster, another option up there with Danny Ings and hopefully Eder, so that will give us plenty of options. And then we've got Chris Long, the real youngster, who's doing alright. But look at that transfer budget now, 15 million plus and over 120 grand a week on the wage budgets. So we've bought in some money. We haven't sold 2 players we really wanted to sell, but we had to do something to get another striker into the club, and I think we've done quite well. Let's now look at the goalie. So we're going to put in an inquiry for Alex McCarthy from Reading, because he's quite decent. We've been scouting him for a while, that's why we can see his statistics there. We're going to go... No, Boric is too old. I'm not going Boric. Tempted, but no. Who else we got here? David Marshall, Cardiff. He's a good goalie. We haven't been scouting him, so we're not sure what his stats are, but we're inquire about him. Obviously they got relegated, so he might come fairly cheap. And there's Nathaniel Klein. We're going to go back in and approach to buy Nathaniel Klein for a right back, so we've got a bit of competition there with John Stones. John Stones not quite ready to play every game, and Nathaniel Klein can come in and do a job. We're going to go in with just a cheeky offer to begin with. We might throw in Jack Colback or someone. He's a bit surplus to requirements with all the left backs we've now got at the club. 3 million. Nah, we're just going to put in 3 million and see what they want for him, so we get a ballpark figure. I don't think we need to pay 7 million, that's for sure. So other deals, we went for a Corey. They want 14 million from Villa. That's ridiculous. Only 2.9 for David Marshall's not bad. That's pretty cheap, to be fair. 3 million for Lucas Fabrianski. Vito Manoni, 1.7 million from Sunderland. That is interesting. He might be the goalie we go through. The cheap one, I think. We'll look at all the deals on the table and how much each goalie wants a week. But we want to be able to bring in a right fullback as well as Eder, whose deal hasn't been finalised yet either. We've got to make sure we sign a goalie, a centre forward and a right back with this money. We've already tied up Anthony Marshall, don't forget, on a loan deal. They only want 5.5 million for Nathaniel Klein, so in theory with the 7 million we got from Fraser Forster from that deal, we should be able to get Manoni and Klein for that sort of money. That would be good. There's lots of other deals I've put in that you're seeing flashing up on the screens that we won't go for. We won't. Now this guy, Eder, wants 50 grand a week for a 3-year contract. He's going to be our #1 striker, so we will give him that and we will go in. Hopefully that will bring him to the club. Bit older than Mitzi Bats, I know. Vito Manoni, 30 grand a week he's on at the moment. They want 1.7 for him. We're offer 1.7. That's a decent deal for us, I would think, for what we've just made on Fraser Forster anyway. Or shall we knock it down to 1.5? What have you gone up to 1.8? Stupid. No, let's give 1.5 and see if we can get him in for 1.5. Save a bit of money. Wages for a couple months. There's nothing else. Fabianski, 3 million. He's going to be on more money as well. We offer 2.5, something like that. I reckon 2.5. Yeah, 2.5. He's probably out of the 3 we've gone for, he's probably the least favourite. So I think Alex McCarthy's going to be an awful lot of money from Reading, so I think he's probably going to be out of the mix as well. I think it's more likely going to be either David Marshall or Vita Mannone, but if we can get Vita Mannone for 1.5, 1.6 million, it will definitely be him. So Nathaniel Kine, they still going for 5.5 they want for him. So let's give them 5.2 and see if we can get a deal for 5.2 for Nathaniel Klein, the right fullback, pacey right fullback. Be a good. Yeah, look at the money for Alex McCarthy. We said it was going to be a lot. It certainly is. 5.5 million. It's too much. That's paying up there. We won't have a lot of change from Fraser Forster. We went with that one. We'll put in 5 million just to see, but that's probably a deal that ain't going to happen. Too much money. So the deal's in place. We're going to accept the offer. Adair will be coming to the club and will feature in the first game of episode 41. We could have had a deal with Innocent, what's his face there, Amagaru, for a pre-contract in January, but we're not going to commit to any of those at the moment until we've done all the deals we want to do. So there's a successful signing of Adair. We've got a deal in place here for Vita Mannone, and he only wants 30 grand a week at 1.5 million, which is nice. Arsenal accepted 2.5 for Fabianski, but he's on a lot more money. Marshall wants 30 grand a week, and he's 2.6 million. So it's Vita Mannone really, isn't it, to save the money, because Marshall and Mannone's wages are exactly the same. So yeah, let's bring in Vita Mannone for 1.5 million. Cheap as chips. I don't expect it to be quite as good as Fraser Forster. We did take Fraser Forster from a 74 up to an 80, don't forget, in the, well, year and a bit he was at our club, so he done well for us. Now we've offered Vita Mannone a contract. Hopefully he will come in and do a deal for us. We're going to offer a contract as well. Let's offer a contract as well to Marshall, just in case Mannone turns us down. So we've got 2 irons in the fire, so to speak. Let's get on and do that. Yeah, so lots of things happening here. We also went in for Czech Toyota just because I thought I would, and there was a deal in place for Czech Toyota if you wanted it, but we're not going through with that. Nathaniel Klein's deal has come back at 5.2 million. He wants 45 grand a week. We're going to have to adjust. Oh wait, no, we've just got enough money in the budget there. Not a lot left though in the wage budget. So just got enough to get him in. So hopefully Klein, Adair and Mannone in for Forster and Batistui. I don't think that will be too bad a window. And also don't forget Anthony Marshall coming in. So 4 players in and 2 out. And we may still have just enough room to do 1 more. I'm still not forgot in the back of my mind that we've got Christian Atsu lined up on a loan if we want him. Yeah, so Bakuna, no, sorry son. Vita Mannone, he's come back and accepted, so he will be coming to the club. 30 grand a week, 1.5, that's cheap. Nathaniel Klein has come back, accepted, 5.2 million, 45,000 a week. Lovely jubbly, deals coming in. Just what we wanted really. Hopefully Adair will be as good as Batistui, and we've just got to move some money around there to make sure we've got enough. The next game will be Exeter in the Cup, and that will feature all the new boys. But you'll have to wait for more from the Pro Spartan Gamer. That will be in episode 41. Thanks for joining me, guys and girls. You will see the side and who's come and who's not in that next episode. Cheers, stay safe, and I love you lots.